And we're live.
Well, good evening, sunshines, and welcome to the milking barn. We're just doing some Friday night milking. I hope your Friday night is as lit as ours is. Farmer Adam is behind the phone. And we are milking. So we waited for about 5 bajillion years for my baby calf to be born. And now she's born, which means that now it's milking season. And because normally we'd be milking like 3 or 4 cows, but for some reason only Reba got pregnant. So this time around, so it's only one. So instead of having to go to all the trouble of getting out the milking machine and doing all that cleaning and everything, I opted for the 12-minute chore routine, which involves me getting forearms like Popeye. Adam, what's your observations about the milking process thus far?
Lots of fun.
Well, big congratulations first on knowing where the barn is now. That's a big improvement over last year. So, Who's joining us?
Let's see.
Are you gonna be in charge of reading any pertinent comments so that we can discuss?
I think I have a lot of hello and...
Hello, back.
I'm in the house.
Everyone.
I think maybe we need some questions, if anybody has any questions.
Well, I actually have a shameless plug. First of all, if you want to see what the milking routine was like, last August, I think, I brought Adam over for the first time that he'd ever been around for milking, and we made a video about it, and I just released it on my YouTube channel, so you can check that out on my YouTube channel. And then also later tonight, I am going to release a making butter with a Sawzall video. Modern day butter churn, that kind of thing. So that's my shameless plug, is that if you want to see more, if you're just absolutely entranced about every piece of this process, then, there's more on YouTube. And of all trades, there, just like here.
Guild Properties asks, is it hard to milk? Do your hands hurt?
Well, let's be honest. Actually, it is. I don't think that it's hard to milk. But I've also been milking at one sort of animal or another every single day for the last 8 years. So milking for me was more about proving to myself that I could be. Could you come over here so I don't have to wrench my neck? Thank you so much.
Well, I'm trying to avoid the crotch shot.
This crotch shot? Hey, it's Fluffy Butt Friday. Enjoy it. Feast your eyes upon this. But wait, what were we talking about? Oh yes.
So your hands hurt.
Do my hands hurt? Well, they do hurt right now, and that's only because I'm not only milking Reba by hand, I'm also milking 5 other animals by hand currently. I mean, not at this exact moment, but when we go home, I'm going to also have to milk my goats. But that's only because of a weird time, crossover that happened with the end of goat milking season and the start of cow milking season. So yes, my hands hurt right now, but not usually.
Okay. JRC 723 asks, why do you have a strange accent?
Oh, because I had a speech impediment and yeah.
JRSG Joe asks, have you ever been cow kicked?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes, and it's not enjoyable. Although I will say that Reba is basically the world's biggest champion. Because she is so dang tolerant of literally everything. And so, actually, I have never been kicked by Reba. I have been kicked by one of Tyler's cows, Sally, but that's why she has a kick bar. Because, yeah, it hurts to get kicked by a 12 to 1,800 pound animal.
Will Stetler asks, does the calf still have enough milk if you milk twice a day?
Oh, hey, Will. Also, nice to see you. I'm not seeing you, but you're seeing me, but, nice to hear from you. And the answer is yes, because, so Reba is a Jersey Devon Cross cow, but the Jersey genetics mean that there's an extreme milk supply. So actually the only reason that I am milking twice a day is literally just to relieve the pressure. When the calf is a little older, so in about 2 or 3 weeks, I won't have to milk twice a day anymore. I'll just only have to milk once a day. But literally right now, Reba is producing so much milk that she would actually be in danger of getting mastitis if I wasn't milking twice a day, because it's just too much milk.
Nice. Hola from Mexico. That's cool.
Well, hello. And hola.
Abro Asrin. Mumu Acadia asks, how did you convince Adam to move to a farm?
Well,
How did you?
I think that I said that I was going and he could come if he wanted.
Awid21 asks...
Well, wait. Before we move on from that, how do you feel about now living on a farm?
I love it. Who wouldn't like it?
Well, a lot of people wouldn't like it. I think that, like, part of the thing was that I told him that, like, the farm was my thing. He didn't have to be part of it. Like, the fact that he's here right now is actually so gracious of him to just be spending his Friday night and hanging out with me while I'm doing my thing.
Awid21 asks, how is Rigby doing? Where did he go?
Rigby became Adam's dog when we moved to Tennessee because of some funny things. First of all, he is afraid of bugs, and there's a lot of bugs in Tennessee. Also, it turns out he...
Me?
No, Rigby, but also you.
Oh.
It turns out, actually, Rigby and Adam are very similar, so... but no, so Rigby also, like, a lot of the farm animals really don't like him because he's very high energy, and so he just kind of started having to hang out at the house more and more, and so that's why he's not around as much in my stories. Also, I have, like, some sensory issues, and he breathes so loudly, it, like, makes me... makes it really hard for me to focus.
Susami69 asks, do you always have to have them pregnant to milk? I was thinking of getting a milk cow.
That is such a great question, and the answer is yes. So, like, a lot like humans or any other animal, they don't produce milk unless they've had a baby because they're providing that milk for their babies. So, yes, it has to have a baby. You can stretch out the milking season a while longer than what you would need, like what a baby would need to nurse. Like, I had one goat that I milked, I think, for 2 years, but that was kind of an anomaly. But yes, they have to have babies, and generally speaking, we just mimic nature. And so we have them have a calf once a year. We milk them for 6 months, and then we give them a 6-month break.
Paige on Earth asks, do you sip the cream off the top?
Heck yes, I do. There's a lot of milk, so then there's a lot of cream, and it's delicious and delightful.
Built by N8 asks, how much do you get per milking?
It kind of depends on a lot of things. It depends on where they are in their lactation cycle. So, like, how long ago did they have their baby? What is their feed situation like? We do rotational grazing. So every time we move the cows, their to fresh pasture, their milk supply suddenly increases by quite a lot. But if we were to take, like, an average, we get about 3 gallons a day from a cow that is in their, like, height of production. So the first time they have their baby, they produce a little less milk. The second time that they have a baby, they produce a little bit more. And then the third baby on, they're kind of in peak production. And you can milk a Jersey cow like this for about 14 years.
Okay, you have to explain the next question, mate. Runs with Cicerentium asks, butter with a sawzall is not April Fool's?
Butter with a sawzall is not April Fool's. But it is very funny, and it is probably one of my silliest videos yet. So I would say it's definitely worth a watch, and it will be out in about 2 hours.
Nice. This video is utterly disgusting, says Bob Saget 007.
Sorry, Bob, but apparently you don't like laughing. But wasn't he the host of
America's Funniest Home Videos, yes.
Yes, my favorite TV show.
Avril Asrin asks, what's the cow's name?
This is Reba Milkentire.
And Dreamweaver 3030 asks, does Adam ever help?
Adam helps with his words of encouragement, and sometimes, like, he'll do awesome things like mow, like, the pasture after the animals have grazed, or other things. What would you say your main contribution is?
Emotional support.
Emotional support.
Salty Zen Woodworking comments, looks like it's still cold where you are, shorts and flip-flops down here.
Oh, yeah, I have a circulation disorder, so, like, even when it's warm, I am cold.
And Paige on Earth says, oh, what about back pain from milking? I have back pain.
Oh, I haven't experienced that, but I mean, my back does always hurt, but I think it's because of the absolute like terror that I put my body through every single day.
Nice. Have you ever made a woodworking gift for your animal family? Asks Yellow Muggin Inc.
Oh, hey Stu. And the answer is probably no, because I also like am still sleeping on the floor with my mattress, so like the animals aren't getting anything nice either. I mean, I made a milking stool, but really that was for me, and mostly it was for a video.
Guild Properties asks, what's in the green tub?
Oh, the green tub that you just back there?
I guess.
That's the poop tub in case they have to poop or pee. And that's literally just basically a fail-safe so I don't have to mop this place like floor to ceiling.
Runs with citricium dumpling. Love hearing the peepers.
Oh, the peepers are great. Although I will say that the peepers, when you're too close to the pond, are so overwhelmingly loud that you can't... Like, we were just having a bonfire over by the pond, and we're like, oh, the peepers started, time to go.
Will Stetler asks, have the jerseys been selectively bred to produce that much milk?
Yes, a lot of them have, but also it's just like generation after generation of specifically dairy cows. So I think those dairy genetics just got pretty strong. Actually, the funny thing is, we actually try not to get like extremely high producing cows. My friend Kate, the modern day settler, her cow Lassie does 5 gallons per milking, and then her calf is also eating another 5+ gallons. So that's like way too much milk. And there's actually dangers to the cow even too. Like, I mean, trying to keep up the caloric, like give them enough calories so they don't lose a ton of weight is an issue there. But yes, the answer to your question is mostly yes, but it's also just like kind of breed specific.
Real Kevin Carvey asks, it's amazing. What do you love to do on the farm versus what you need to do?
Well, I've tried to engineer it so that I only really have to do things that I kind of like doing. I mean, like, cleaning the barn is not always the most exciting thing, but at the same time, it also is a great opportunity to, like, I've gotten really obsessed with composting, so it's like that is a great key ingredient for my compost, so it's kind of exciting to do that because I'm like, oh, well, this is what comes from it. But yeah, like, I mean, I don't know. I don't, like, the only time I don't love, like, my daily routine or anything is if I haven't got enough sleep. So, as long as I go to bed on time, then things are pretty nice. Oh, I don't know if I actually answered the average. Oh wait, yes I did, about 3 gallons a day of the milk.
Are you naturally a morning person? Asked Chef Tia Honolulu.
Yes and no. Like, I love to be a night owl, which is problematic for my morning routine, but I also wake up at like 5:30 in the morning whether I want to or not. So
AvGR 1980 says, you are an inspiration. What was the first trade you did at the beginning?
I wanted to build some raised beds because we were having a hard time buying groceries, and so I scrounged around in Adam's garage, and not shockingly, he didn't have a ton of tools, but somehow I figured out a way to make some raised beds, and it's all been downhill from there. We got some illegal chickens right after that. I built a scrap chicken coop, and then I started doing more fine woodworking in the garage and built out that space and started building custom furniture. And
Collins Custom Woodwork says, or asks, what does Adam do for a living?
Well, Adam?
I work for a small startup. It's called Amazon.com. Yeah.
Well, it was local when we were in Seattle.
It was a local.
And it was a lot smaller when you started working there.
It was. It's like 20 times bigger from when I started working.
Our milk bucket's getting pretty full. You want to give them a close-up of what this looks like straight from the cow?
Straight from the source.
Teat to
Fresh
table.
Milk. All right. Sixth book asks, my son wants to know, My 7-year-old son wants to know why you can only milk one at a time.
One cow or one teat?
Why don't you answer?
Well, like, okay, so, like,
How
I'm
you
only
think it
milking
is.
one cow right now because only one cow had babies, so, like, only one cow has milk. But, like, in regular times, if all 3 or all 4 of the cows had babies, we would bring them all in at the same time, and then we'd use the milking machine, and so while they ate, we would put the milking machine on each cow at a time. And why can I only milk one teat at a time? It's because not all 4 would fit in my hand at once.
That girl down under asks, one being keen to ask, how do you take enough for your need but leave a calf enough for theirs? You kind of answered that
Oh
already.
yeah, well, the answer to that is that these cows produce a ton of milk. So the calf is actually with the mom all the time right now, and then in a little while she'll be separated at night. But the thing is, she has free choice, so she can literally drink as much as she wants, and what I'm doing right now is literally milking off the excess because she produces too much, and we don't want her to get an infection in her udder. So we're actually taking the excess, and that is all.
Nice. Sarmiento Studio asks, do you use Lucy to mix compost?
Lucy does mix the compost. She is, especially, once a month she gets really fresh, and there's a lot more dancing involved, and it just stirs it right up.
Red Dragon Forge asks, what is your favorite product from the milk you gather?
Milk. No, just kidding. Butter. I'm not really sure where the camera's pointing right now, so I'll
It's
just...
right at you.
Great. Butter.
That girl down under says, hi, guy behind the camera. Hi.
That's Adam, my husband. Adam of No Trays, you should follow him. He's also the creator of the Enchanted Tiki Hut, which you could also follow if you're interested in tiki and other goodness.
Yeah, if you're into tropical themed gazebos, it's right up your alley.
Yes. Also, it's not just, don't undersell it, Adam. It's like the coolest thing ever. He has it, like, programmed with a special light show. It's pretty fancy. And that was the first pandemic project. Well, the only pandemic project for you. And you did a great job on it.
Greg Chapo asks, do you pasteurize your milk?
Nope.
Do you make butter or other milk-related products?
Yes. I actually have a course you can purchase telling you all the things that you can do with cheese, from yogurt, butter, pudding, cheese of lots of different kinds. We make a lot of wood-fired pizza on the farm, and all the cheese is hand-pulled mozzarella, hand-milked, hand-made, hand-everything. And if Mom of All Trades has been visiting, it's often made by her because she loves making cheese.
Nice. Keep up the great work, says Oliver Woodcraft.
I'll do my best.
Frank Foreman says,
Hey, Oliver.
Frank Foreman asks, what are you using the milk for or make it for? But you just answered that.
Well, that is true. But also, we do have what's called a herd share. Or, so we have certain, people that have a vested interest in some of the animals. And here's, a little fun fact. Sometimes we have to push on the tail a little bit to scare the bathrooms back into the bottom. And if that doesn't work, then that's what the green bucket is for.
Ew.
What were we talking about?
I don't remember.
Oh yes. So some of the milk actually does go to herd share members, and then we also have a pet milk program. So not a drop of this stuff goes to waste.
Let's see.
Are you almost done? Actually, well,
Bob Saget says Adam looks like the actor who played Vision in the Avengers. Who's
Is
that?
that Colin Jost?
I don't know.
I wouldn't know, but if it is Colin Jost, that's what people always say that he looks like. Some people often ask about this little device that holds her head, and they say, is it some sort of torture device? It does kind of look like what are those, gallows or whatever?
It's definitely not a good look, but it's not.
It's not a good look, but it doesn't hurt her at all. It actually is a safety device both for her and for me. And the thing is, it's actually pretty, she does not even need it. She is so patient and kind with me that I can milk her out in the field with no problem. And as you can see, it's actually open right now. So she is still choosing to stand inside it to eat her little chaff hay treats.
Every last bit.
Oh, hey buddy. Hey, keep that inside. Let's go. Hey Adam, can you just like yell, just make a noise so that she can,
All right.
she'll go. Hey buddy, keep that inside until we go outside.
Hey.
Ah.
Just go and pee.
Here we go, buddy. All right. Well, that's what the green bucket's for.
Oh, she's going poo.
Well, you know what? Better to. I asked her to leave it all on the field, but sometimes, she's too hungry.
This is what happens when you have live TV.
Yep.
We're live.
Stuff happens. Poop happens. Sometimes. Well, that seems like a really positive note to end it on. Any last words or thoughts of wisdom, Adam?
No, I think this was a success.
Well, thank you all for spending a little bit of your Friday evening with us. It was great to have Adam of No Trades here. Great to have caught every single iota of that turd parade in the green bucket. And it's Fluffy Butt Friday, so why not? Have the best night of your lives. Go check out my YouTube channel. I have 2 milking-related videos that are out. Well, one of them's out. The other one's coming out soon. So, see you later. Cheers!
Cheers.